this is Dave Osborne from Kids Guitar Academy, your home for professional guitar instruction for kids and teens, and also home of the Kids Guitar Academy Learning Course, a step-by-step guitar method that's already helped hundreds of kids reach their playing goals. Well, if you've been following the Kids Guitar Academy Learning Course, this is lesson number 5 of the Beginner Level 2 series. So far in this series, we've been targeting 2 main goals. The first goal is to get comfortable playing in all the positions up through the first half of the guitar neck. The second goal is to develop the ability to switch between positions smoothly. So far, we've covered up through the 8th position, and in today's lesson, we're going to add in the 10th position. And we're going to do this by learning a really fun song called Trial by Fire. This song is a student favorite. It's one of those songs that sounds great, but is also easy to play. So as usual, I'm going to walk you through how to play this song step by step. And then after we've done that, we'll head over to the practice session where I've got 3 different speeds of play-along tracks for you to use to help you really master this song. So let's get started learning Trial by Fire. All right, let's learn Trial by Fire. Now there are some important patterns in this song that if you know about them, will help you to get this song down really quickly. So take a look at phrase 1. Now the first thing you'll notice is that all of the notes are played on the first string. So that's easy. Now the next thing we want to do is figure out what position we're placing our hand so we know what fingers to use to play this phrase. Now we learned about how to figure out what position your hand is in our last lesson where we learned pipeline. But basically you're going to look at this phrase and identify the smallest number that is not a 0. So in the case of phrase 1, that's the 5, which means we're going to be in the 5th position, lining our first finger up right at the 5th fret. That way our other fingers can reach the higher notes, which in the case of phrase 1, the only other notes we're playing are on the 7th fret. So we're just going to be using our first finger on the 5th fret and our 3rd on the 7th throughout this phrase. Now check it out. One more thing. There's a note grouping pattern that runs throughout this phrase and in a lot of other phrases in this song as well. Look at the tablature. We've got a set of 3 notes followed by the same set of 3 followed by a set of 2. And then in the next bar we have the same exact pattern. So we're going to be playing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That was 0, 5, 7, 0, 5, 7, 0, 5. So there's our note grouping pattern. Now as far as your timing goes, you want to make sure that you're playing with a real steady 8th note pattern. These are all 8th notes, so your count is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so now as you move into phrase 2, you're just going to bring up the hand 2 frets to the 7th fret, and as we look at the phrase, you'll notice that you're only using your first finger and your second finger on the 8th fret to play throughout. Now we still have the 3 by 3 by 2 pattern here, so our timing is really easy as we just play 0, 7, 8, 0, 7, 8, 0, 7. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right, great. Now, moving right along. Phrase 3 is just 1 fret higher at the 8th fret. And then again, as we look at the phrase, we notice we're playing the 8th fret and then the 10th fret, which we're going to be using our 3rd finger for. Same pattern of 0, 8, 10, another set. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right, great. Now, as we get into the next phrase, you'll notice that it's exactly the same as phrase 2. We've got another pass of phrase 2 here as we go back to the 7th position and play 0, 7, 8, 0, 7, 8, 0, 7. Okay, now you'll notice that we have repeat marks telling us that we're repeating back to the beginning of the song. And we're going to play all of this through a second time. You'll also notice that we have our alternate ending sign telling us that on our second time through, we're going to skip this first ending and go into a second and a different ending. So let me play through what we've played so far through this first ending. So starting in the 5th position, we've got phrase 1. Phrase 2. Phrase 3. Back to phrase 2. Great. So now as we repeat it through, we begin again with phrase 1. Back into phrase 2. One more time of phrase 3. Now we go into our second ending, which is phrase 4. Notice that we're now in the 10th position. This is the highest we've played so far. We're lining up that first finger with the 10th fret, and we're going to be using the third finger on the 12th. Now, our note grouping pattern changes slightly here. Right here, we're playing with all sets of 3s. We've got 5 sets of 3s as we play 0, 10, 12, 0, 10, 12, 0, 10, 12, and 2 more times, holding that last note, that 12th fret, for 1 beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, welcome to the practice session for Trial by Fire. This is where you get a chance to really master this song by playing along with the band tracks at different speeds. I've got slow, medium, and full speed play-along tracks for you to use. So make sure that guitar's in tune, and let's get started. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.